Yo, what's good, world? Wake y'all asses up. This is another episode of King of the Berries podcast. Look, it's the middle of the week. I'm excited. We got Amala coming on with Red Thread. She's going to be telling us a little bit about her business, some of her plans going forward with her business. And, we just going to be chopping it up, just talking about a bunch of different things. So let me go ahead get Amala on real quick. What's up, Nate? Let's see. We get send this out to a couple of people. What's good? What's good? Let me see if I can I'm gonna see if I could go live with you real quick. What's up, Jay? Well, it's been a long time. I ain't seen you at the steps recently, man. Where you been hiding at, Jay? All right. Did you get a request or anything, Amala? Or see if you could try to request. Oh, there we go.
Yo,
All
what's
right, good.
going
I
on?
was like, I hope we didn't have no issues.
No, my bad. I literally just got back in the door at home.
Yo, me
Literally.
too. Me too. I just got in too, yo. I've been ripping and running. We just shot
Yeah.
an episode with Trey.
Uh-huh.
Trey and AJ. We just did another episode of the FML podcast.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, so we just wrapped up. I just got in the door probably like 3 minutes ago. And I was scrambling. I'm trying to get set out, get my lights and everything straight.
Yeah. I'm rushing home. I'm like, man, it's cutting it close. And somebody couldn't get in the gate at my place where I stay. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have like seconds to spare at this point. So
That's all right. We just
yeah.
chopping it up. We just catching up. We've been meaning to do this for a while,
For
actually.
a while, for a hot
Yeah.
minute, for a
But
while. So
I saw you on Trey's, man. I was like, yo, I gotta definitely touch in with her because you
oh
did
yeah.
an amazing job on Trey. So anybody that get a chance, go check out her live with AIM, always improving the mind. Let me
Yes.
see if I can type this in right here. I'll see.
Yeah, you
I
could
ain't,
tag
I
them
I
in
usually don't pin. But I'm gonna
there.
do it this time. But
Yeah.
she did an amazing live on there. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all make sure y'all go check that out right
Yeah,
there.
y'all
And
please check it out.
so yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'm super excited to get a chance to catch up with you and
Yes,
everything.
sir.
I definitely been checking out your clothing line. I think it's amazing, and I
Thank
love
you.
your story, like your story that you told Trey about
Yeah.
like how the clothing line came about. Like, go ahead and share with the listeners a little bit about your story, how your clothing line came about.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? First of all, I want to tell y'all thanks for tuning in. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to get this together for a minute since like
Yes.
February. So
Yeah. Yep.
I'm thankful to be a part. But so Red Threads, yeah, so that came about recently in about 2019. That's when I launched the brand. It's in honor of my mom. She passed away in 2017. And the reason why it's called Red Threads is because my mom, she used to love to sew. If you could ask anybody, my cousin actually is in the podcast right now, Abby
Oh,
G.
all right. Shout
Yeah,
out to
so hey,
them.
cuz, what's up? I see you. She knows, everybody in my family knows my mom used to sew. She could sew anything. And her favorite color was red. So um, it just clicked to me like to make that my brand. Actually, like I had a background before I even started Red Threads of wanting to start a clothing line when I was a teenager. I was like about
Mhm.
15 or 16. And my mom used to sew, and it kind of low key indirectly inspired me. So I used to print out like the Shutterstock templates on off of Google with the it had the watermark on it and everything. I didn't care. I just needed a way to express, my art as far as clothing. So I was about
Yeah.
15. I printed them out. I sketched a few designs and I showed my mom. And my mom was like ecstatic about it. She was happy. She was like, she could help me start it up and all that. But when the word actually got out, excuse my dog, she over there playing and
Yeah,
being
that's
loud.
all right.
But
It's all good.
yeah, so I started up, made the sketches, and made all the mock-ups by hand sketch. And I showed my mom; she was excited. And word got out to my family. Of course, my mom was sharing her excitement with a few family members, and they seemed to talk down on it, And
Mhm.
also, my closer relatives and friends were talking down on it as well, and so it discouraged me a lot. And I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna go through with the clothing line because at this point, ain't nobody really supporting it. So I
Yeah.
talked to my mom. I was like, Mom, I ain't gonna do the clothing line no more. Forget it. She was like, Why? And I was just like, just don't worry about it, Mom. I'm just not gonna do it.
Uh-uh.
And so after she passed away, it was really hard for me to like cope with that. Of course, like grieving. You never done grieving, so
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It just I needed to find a way to like reconnect with myself as far as how to cope. And so I was like, you know what? I want to start a clothing line back up. And this was about 2017, 2018. And so I was just sketching stuff and I was like, you know what? Um, I want to do something in honor of my mom. So I was like, man, she used to love to sew. She used to love fashion and stuff. So I made the logo. I had like a spool of thread and I was like, all right, this is where I'm gonna start. So where do I go from here? I don't know.
Mhm.
And somehow I was like, all right, it has to have red in there because that was her color. And then I was like, I was just thinking and thinking. I was like, hey, red threads will make sense because back in the day they used to call clothes threads. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
hey, that goes perfectly. So why not? And that's how I came up with red threads.
That is dope. That is dope. So you turned something that was like a tragic time in your life to your
Yeah,
inspiration.
right, correct. And it's crazy because, like I said, my mom used to sew, right? And so as a kid, she used to take me to the store with her. And like as a kid, that was the most like disliked trip to go with my mom because I already knew she was gonna go to the sewing aisle and we're
Uh,
gonna have to look at all these materials and like when you go to the sewing section like at Walmart or whatever, they even have like stores that have craft like Hobby Lobby and Michaels and stuff that have fabrics and they have those it's called patterns, sizing patterns, and they all have a style to it. You just pick what pattern you want and pick whatever fabric to use. And I used to hate going there, man. Like I'm
uh,
like, yo, we spend like so long sitting here looking at fabric, looking at this. And low key, I didn't realize as a kid how it inspired me indirectly because now, in my clothing line, I know the names of different materials. I know how different materials will look in certain ways. Sizing. I know like all around everything on that aspect. So like literally those trips with my mom indirectly inspired me or helped me in this aspect. So when I manufacture my garments abroad, it'll help me so I can identify what will work for me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's great to know like my mom still inspires me even though she's not here. You know what I'm saying? It's a big help.
She lived through your clothing line, yo.
Yeah,
She lived
definitely,
she lived through the clothing line. That's an amazing
definitely.
story. Cause
Yeah,
I have a men's support group, and so like
yeah,
I deal with a couple of guys who lost their mother or their father, somebody that
yeah,
they was really close to,
yeah.
and that's a crippling thing. I think you
Hmm.
might have been on my live when I was talking about my grandmother. Like my
Hmm.
grandma was like a second mom to me, and to
Right.
lose her, like that's you like you said, you never really get over it.
You don't.
But
You don't.
it's a point in that like that grieving process
Hmm.
where you take that sadness and you do what you did. You tunnel it into inspiration so
Yeah.
that their legacy continue to live on. So
Right.
now
Right.
every time people wear that red thread,
Yeah.
that's symbolized to your mom. So that's just
Yeah.
amazing, yo.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
I,
It takes like a pivotal point in your life. When you grieve, it's something that happened in your life that changes how you grieve.
mm,
It makes it positive. So I mean, honestly, the clothing line. A lot of people don't know. Like, I don't really do it for the money or
Yeah.
anything, or just to say I have a clothing line. But like in that aspect, I mean, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, and I wouldn't really just do that just to say I'm doing it. Like, there's a reason behind it. So, I mean, when somebody's grieving a loss, there's different ways to cope with it, and that's just how I cope with it, and how I can still feel connected to my mom, even though she's not here. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, still share who she was with other people through me.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes.
She's still here spiritually though, man.
Yeah,
Spirits never leave and the energy never leave.
right.
That's that's dope. So I
Yeah,
got a question for you. So like, what's your plans with the clothing line? Like, which
yeah.
like, where do you see that your clothing line going?
So, actually last year, everybody knows last year was like hell on earth with the COVID stuff, and that kind of deterred me a lot in my plans. But I really want to take it further than just clothes, like, but I have to start at a basic level. So, like I'm trying to do like, pop-up shops and
Mm.
like vending events and stuff like that locally. I mean, at least start there and just grow my brand from there. I really don't have like a major map I want to go, but I do want it to be, I want it to touch, like it's already nationwide pretty much. Like there's people all over the country that buy my stuff, and I'm really appreciative for that. So, I mean, hopefully I can take it worldwide, and
Yeah.
just share that piece of my mom with everybody. I mean, I really don't, honestly don't have a map for it. It's just as it grow, I'll just grow and, grow with it.
Yeah. So you say you want to take it further than clothing. Like,
Yeah.
did you like what kind of what other things or aspects are you thinking you might want to kind of tap into?
Man, I've been thinking about a lot more on like a charitable side.
Mm.
Which, I actually didn't get to share this with Trey on his podcast, but I do want to have a little bit more aspect to it, like charitable wise. I just don't know how to translate it. Um, Funny thing is, my mom, when I was younger, my mom used to do a lot of caring stuff. Actually, she noticed like in the area where we used to live, there was a lot of like homeless people, a lot of hungry homeless people. Even people in our neighborhood couldn't afford like food, couldn't afford basic necessities that we blessed to have. And she actually used to partner up with this lady. I wish I knew her name, but I don't remember. It was a lady. She used to work at a bread, like a bakery outlet store.
Mm.
And so how it works is like, let's say Mrs. Baird's, right? They make batches of their bread. They give it to the stores or whatever, and whatever they can't sell stays with them, and they send it to the outlets. So the outlets will sell it at a reduced price, like way reduced
Okay.
than in the store. And like after a few days, they'll throw it out. And sometimes that bread don't have an expiry for 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, or whatever, not weeks, but whatever time period. It's a long time period. I think it's like a week
Yeah.
from when they have it on the shelf to when it expires. And so my mom, like, talk with the manager and see if she can get all the bread before they throw it away, and she give it out. So like I think it was like twice a week. She used to do it every Tuesday and every Thursday. She used to have an SUV full of bread. Like the bread was good. The whole neighborhood would come get whatever they need, loaves of bread. And like they used to have, I don't know the name of the brand, but it's like a Hispanic or Mexican brand. They have like treats, and they make like, like the sweet treats for like kids. I don't know the name of the brand, but it
Uh,
had all those kind of snacks for kids. Bread, if people needed bread for groceries, all that. She used to give all that away twice a week, and the trunk of her van was filled up with bread. And
I
so
know it
like,
probably smelled like bread for
man,
long after that, didn't it?
like, yes, and people used to come looking for, like, after a while, people used to come looking for her, like, hey, they'll beat her to the spot where they meet up at to give the bread. Like, so I mean, I felt like that was like a really giving thing, and a lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people don't know that, and so I was trying to figure out how to do something more on the side of giving. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that will honor her as well with the clothing line, maybe somewhat enclosed. Like I was thinking, make a little, a more economical, short set and give it out. Like where I live downtown, it's hella homeless people. It's
Yeah.
like just on the way here, there's like an area under the freeway where homeless people camp out. There's nothing but homeless folks. So, I'm like, man, I mean, if I can find a way to do that again with the bread, or even like make some kind of like a cheaper clothes or something more economical where I can give to multiple people, that'll be cool too. But I've been thinking about that for a while, for a few
Yeah.
months. I just don't know how to go about it yet, but I'll get there.
Yep. April Bleach Pool, she wrote a lot of restaurants do that and they throw
Yes,
food out. And
yes,
it's funny you say that because my dad, I used to do the same thing. We used to go to Panera.
yeah,
So Panera throws out all their bread. So usually they partner with somebody else, but it's
yeah.
a Panera that's not too far away from here.
Hmm.
My dad used to pick up the bread and give it out to like some like the homeless shelters. And
Right.
so we used to go around and do stuff like that. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
If I could find a way to do that and have help doing that, I'm sure people won't oblige or whoever I decide to ask. But I feel like that would be such a blessing. Like we don't go without a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff we don't realize that we have as a luxury. Some people can't
Mm.
just go to the store and get food, go to the store and get groceries. Like right now I can stop what I'm doing, do what I need to do, come home safe and sound. Like these people out here on the street, probably don't have no family, nobody to back them up and stuff like that. So, I mean, I was kind of inspired with that stuff what my mom did with the bread, and like that was just out the kindness of her heart. Like she thought about people other than herself. You know what I'm saying? So she, took the extra steps and went the extra mile. Took a couple days out of her week to give people food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, look, people giving suggestions down here in the comment
Yeah, I see
section.
the comments. Hey, cuz,
So
what's up? My wife is in here. I see you. Hey. Uh, yeah, connect with the shelters. I see a bunch of suggestions. I'm gonna have
yeah,
to.
connect with the shelters. They
Yes,
say they got volunteer coordinators. Um, and they say go to the store manager.
yes, I read that too. That's what my mom did. She went to the manager and was like, "Hey, y'all not finna throw out all this bread."
Yeah, I
So,
did. That's so dope,
yeah,
and people don't understand the importance of volunteering, yo.
yes,
Volunteering is so big.
it
Volunteering is
is.
so big. I know. I like in the winter, I
Mm-hmm,
would go. Like I had a bunch of coats. Somehow I just end up with a bunch of coats, like my
mm-hmm,
brother and sister and everything like that.
mm-hmm,
And where my ex wife used to work at, which is in downtown Richmond. Um, it's like a little strip right behind the hotel she worked at, and it's just a bunch of homeless people. So I just
mm-hmm.
went down there. I just gave them like all the coats, whichever
Yeah,
one they didn't want. I was just like, yo, just leave. I was like, yo, y'all know who? Because I didn't know who to go to, but I
mm-hmm,
would drive by them all the time. So I'll just be like, I was like, you know what? Why not get this to them? Like
mm-hmm.
I know it's going directly to somebody that need it. So I
Right.
just pulled over, gave them the coats, and they was like, yo, I know some other people that might need these. I left the bag with them, and then I
Yeah.
just went on by my way. And so I did that. I didn't do that last winter, but the last two winters before that, that's what I was doing. And
Mm-hmm.
like it's just a good feeling. It's a good feeling knowing that you're giving back.
Yes, and people don't forget how you make them feel. Like,
Mm,
you don't even know, you don't know what people are going through, and so I mean, for you to be here on this earth and not really extend a hand to other people, it sucks. Like a lot of these companies make a lot of money, and I mean, they have the luxury of just throwing out food that's not even bad, and just getting rid of stuff, and they could really be giving it to people who need it. So, I mean, just
absolutely.
lending a helping hand out to people on that kind of a scale is still pretty major. So, I mean, I've been thinking about that for a while. Trying to start up something like that. So I'm gonna have to do my little research as I do with everything else. So
Yeah. And I mean, it don't got to be big.
yeah,
Sometimes, like I didn't pay for people food behind me while I was driving.
right.
Or like I said with the coach thing, I just seen them all the time, and I was like, hey, I see the
Hmm.
same people out here, and it's cold as I don't know what. Look, here goes some coats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it don't even got to be on the big stage. You could start small and work your way up.
right.
But it's another good idea from Moon. She said,
Hmm.
even if you volunteer your time to shelters and teach drawing or sewing, that
Yeah,
could be that seemed like a pretty good idea too. And
yeah.
it looked like she did some volunteering too.
I wish I knew how to sew. I don't. I only know how to like sew a button or something like that,
Uh,
or stitch something up. But like on a major scale, I don't know. But drawing, definitely, I can help with that. Like teach that. One time so when I first launched my brand, I made an order with my manufacturer, and they sent me my order, and all the sizes were incorrect, like everything. And I was like, wow, like this is really effed up. And
uh,
I'm freaking out because I got a timeline to release this and people waiting on this order and stuff. And so they end up remaking the order, and those shirts I actually gave away to the homeless. I'm like, I mean, ain't no sense in me throwing it away. People need stuff. And I just pretty much went to my local area where all like a lot of the homeless people are, and I was like, hey, here's some shirts right here, and just gave them all. It was about like 30 shirts, so I mean,
wow.
it wasn't a
That
big
was a big
scale,
order they messed
big.
up.
Yes. Oh my God, it was like nerve wracking because like if you look at size charts, they have like a range of inches, whichever measurement it is. And so I opened the order. I was like, all right, let me open one of each size, which I usually do. Like the smalls and the mediums and the large was the same.
Uh,
And then the extra
that's wow.
large,
What?
yes, yes. I was like, I ain't gonna say what I said to them, but I was not happy because they already delayed me like 3 weeks because of something with the material, but they didn't tell me. I told them let me know so I can alternate my release or put something else out. But I'm waiting on them the whole time. They messed my
Yeah.
stuff up. I was like, wow. I ain't never used them again either, but I just gave the shirts out because I'm like, somebody gonna use them, somebody gonna wear them, somebody need them. So
Yeah. That's what, at least you was able to find a use for them. That's the important
yeah,
part. At least you
yeah,
found a use. All right.
yeah.
So, it looked like one more, comment from Bleach Pool, and they said the local nonprofits are the best bet when trying to reach the community because they're directly linked, unlike the big name org. So that's a good
Right,
tip right there. I
right.
like
That's
that.
a good tip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bleach Pool. Oh, the whole crew in here. Moon. Hey, Moon. Hey, Bleach Pool.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
y'all.
We get strong support around here. We got strong
Yes.
support.
It's
So
like I really like the Richmond area. Like I'm all the way in Houston, and y'all find a way to support all the time. So I really appreciate that energy for real.
yo, all right. So look, we getting a little bit off topic, but I gotta know because I got a cousin that
Hmm.
stay in Houston. Like,
Okay.
have you been in Houston your whole life? Like, what's
Mm.
Houston like?
I've been so I mean you could say yes. I actually grew up in a town east of Houston. Um, but you could say I've been in Houston my whole life. What you mean? What's it like? Like I mean,
So it's compared to like other big cities. Because when I hear Houston, I think
uh,
of like big city,
it's big.
fast
Yeah.
paced, um,
Yeah.
partying. You know what I'm saying? Like that big city feel.
I'll tell
And then
you.
y'all got in Texas got like a couple of you got Austin, you got
Mhm.
Houston. What's the other? San Antonio. You
San
got some
Antonio.
pretty big.
Oh man, Austin and Houston. I mean, Austin and San Antonio don't compare to Houston. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't trying to hate. I ain't trying to hate on them. I love
Uh
my Texas sisters and brothers, but Houston is you can't top Houston, man. I mean, like
uh
Houston is huge. You know how many people is here? Like this the fourth largest city, like
mm,
in the country, so it's pretty big. You got cities in a city in a city. Like that's crazy. It take you like damn, it take you all right, for instance, I live downtown right now.
uh
My father lives in Spring, which is from my house to his about 30 minutes. Sometimes during traffic time, it take you an hour to get somewhere 30 minutes away. So whenever I hear people talking about, oh, damn, 30-minute drive, I'm like, what? That's a luxury down here. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta drive an hour to get to the other side of the city. It don't make no sense. But
To get to the other side of the city.
yes. Like Baytown, where I grew up, that's like about 35 minutes east of Houston.
Uh
But on a bad day, it's gonna be an hour. It's gonna be an hour, 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So traffic time is not fun here. I'll say brunch down here is better than any brunch. You know, mimosas and breakfast.
I
Okay.
don't know, man. I don't
Y'all,
know.
let me tell y'all something. Look, brunch start at 11 o'clock. Okay. You're gonna be sending drunk texts at 2:30 p.m. Brunch in Houston
Hey, they
is
get
lit.
you. They get you. Uh,
Houston is lit. The cuisine here, you can find anything to eat here, like any kind of cuisine you want. You name it, Jamaican, Cuban,
uh,
American food, any kind of food, Indian food, Italian. You can eat any kind of cuisine, and it's on a big scale. It's not like one little Cuban spot down the way. Like you're gonna find a few Cuban spots. You're gonna find a few Peruvian spots, like Haitian spots. It's lit down here. They got a lot of African food down here too, which I enjoy because I grew up around African people as well, from people from Cameroon. So I mean, Houston is lit. I mean, y'all should come and check it out.
I always wanted to go to Houston. Like I said, I got a cousin there, but it sounds like a
Hmm.
smaller scale New York. That's kind of like what it's sounding like.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
you could say that.
have you been
But
to New York before?
I have once.
Uh,
Um, I'll say okay, Houston, New York is a little like congested.
yeah,
Houston ain't that
very.
congested, but it's
Okay.
still like fast paced to me. I don't
It
know
still give
if
you
that
that
makes sense.
fast paced feel, that big city
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
Yo, I went to New York and I ain't gonna lie. When I was driving in, I felt overwhelmed. I was like, what? It's like
You
the
can't
city
even.
don't never end. It was like when I was looking at the skyline, I was like, what do the city end at? Like,
Yes,
it's
and like
different.
don't nobody drive in New York. Nobody. You gotta ride the subway everywhere or walk
The subway,
somewhere.
wow. Subway,
Like
wow. Yo.
I made the mistake of trying to Uber to the airport. Like we had to get out the car like a few minutes before the airport because there was so much traffic. Like literally, we was like maybe a mile or 2 miles from the
Yeah,
airport. We just had to bust a right, bust a left. Nah, like we had to get out and walk to the airport because it's so congested. And this was 5 a.m. This
yeah.
wasn't even like traffic time. You know, rush hour time be like 4 p.m. between 4 and 6 or something. It was 5 a.m. I
They
was
don't
like, this
never
don't make no
sleep.
sense.
They
Yeah.
never sleep. Look, all the people that's watching, if anybody been to Houston, put down in the comments what your experience was like if you ever been to Houston. But that definitely was on my list of places to
Nightlife
go.
nightlife is dope here too. Like
I heard I heard y'all got them 5 strip clubs out there too.
I mean, I ain't a strip club person, you know,
uh,
but
I
I've
heard about
heard
them.
it's true.
I heard about
It's
'em.
true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's
All right.
true.
So I got a question then. So now
All right.
your give me like your top 5 dream destinations, dream places you want to go.
Top five.
Yeah.
All right. Top five. Trinidad and Tobago. That's my wife's home country.
My
So
first
I
girlfriend was from Trinidad.
really
Yeah.
good choice.
Yeah.
So my family's from Jamaica, so I've been there, but like I
Yeah.
want to go to Trinidad like really bad, and we're gonna organize a trip
Y'all
to
gonna go
go.
to the carnival out there? The what's the festival they have out there?
Yeah, Carnival. I've never been any. I've never been to any, so that's why
Oh,
I wanted to go. But we're gonna make it happen for sure.
yeah.
Um, where else? All right, so Trinidad and Tobago. I want to go to Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Where else? I want to go to Cameroon in Africa.
Yeah. Cameroon.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, my sister's husband. I grew up with my sister, and so I'm pretty big on Cameroonian culture. So I want to go there. I was supposed to go, and here goes COVID messing shit
COVID.
up.
Yeah, it messed a
Uh,
lot of stuff up. Yeah.
so my sister keep asking me, when you gonna come with us? Because she goes pretty often. So I want to go out there. So I named what 3 places:
Yep.
Trinidad,
3.
Italy, Cameroon. I'm missing something. Let me think. I want to go to Greece. Greece looks
Group.
cool.
Okay.
Um, where else?
I mean, that's 4.
That's four. There's one more big place. I know. I gotta think. Mm, Australia. I don't know where else
Australia.
in Australia. I don't really
Uh,
know the geography in Australia, but it looks pretty cool, exotic. Now I'm scared of them damn creatures they got out there. I
yeah.
be
Stay away from
seeing.
the kangaroos. Stay
Oh
away
my
from the kangaroos,
man,
yo.
them kangaroos. They look like they do steroids out there.
Yes, yo. And all they want to do is kick people all the time, yo. You don't want to get kicked by
Hop
them.
around, hop
Yeah.
around. Oh hell no! I'll stay away. And the spiders and shit they got out there, I'm not a
Hmm.
bug person. I'm just going. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real limited out there. So
Yeah, but that
it's
seemed
about
like
to
a
go.
cool place. That seemed
Yeah,
like
it
so.
seems
Those are
cool.
good spots, though. Those are good spots.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So so I know we was talking about like your plans with the business and
Hmm.
everything like that. Do you have any just like life plans just for yourself that's not even business related?
Life
Um,
plans. Yeah,
yeah,
I got a
yeah.
lot.
What you got?
So I mean,
The ones you want to share?
I already got one in the works.
Okay.
We got our house building right now. So
Congrats.
yeah, clap.
That's what
Oh
I'm
God,
talking about.
yeah, that.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
I ain't even got to say much about that, but
Yeah.
that's a big step. I ain't even.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Like me and my wife been talking about it for a while, and it's finally happening. So they say they're gonna be done by October, but who
Okay.
knows? Because it's been raining like crazy, and it delays stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's one of my big life goals that we got accomplished. So that's cool.
Mhm.
What else? Of course, start a family. And I've been planning to take my family on the trip, like my dad, my stepmom, and them siblings on a trip. It's kind of hard to do that because everybody got their crazy ass schedule, but I really
Yeah.
want to do that like on my dime, you know,
Mm. Boss
everybody left
moves.
though.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take some organizing. I was trying to do it for my for this year. My dad, he's gonna turn 70 in August. And so I was
Wow.
like, dang, I want to travel with them, but my one of my siblings is in the forces, so we won't be able to do it. And then my other sibling is gonna start college soon, so it's not the most opportune time. So hopefully, like soon, we can get that going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's dope, though. That's
yeah.
dope.
Thank
You
you.
got some big stuff in the works, though.
Yes, yes. I really. That's my three major goals: like the house, the family, and then we travel somewhere together.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing.
Thank you.
But look, I mean, those are most of the questions. I just wanted to get to know you a little bit more. Like, I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
you opening up, sharing your story with me,
yeah. I
just
appreciate
chatting it
it.
up a little bit. Like, we know some of your
Yeah,
destinations and all that.
yeah.
But, like, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers? Anything else you want to mention?
Um. Hey, I'll just tell everybody, hey, thanks for viewing the podcast. It's been a while since I've been trying to get on Paul's podcast, so
Okay, yeah.
thanks for tuning in. Even if it's one, two, three of y'all, it don't matter. Like y'all get to see it, so I really appreciate that. Feel free to check out Red Threads. Feel free to check out my personal IG. I am a Diz. I can put it in the comments.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'll go ahead and pin it.
There it go. Oh, oops, I did it wrong. God dang.
I'm still learning. Like, Trey got the pin down and everything down. I ain't got all of that. I just be talking.
Yeah. There you go. That's the real one. Uh, I mean, y'all check out Red Threads, man. It's kind of a slow process because I'm trying to get the samples done, but it'll come soon. So y'all just be patient with me, please. I'm gonna update y'all as I go. Um, I don't know. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, I really appreciate it.
And I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
I know you're a busy woman. You stay on the
Hmm.
grind and everything like that. But
Yeah.
just taking that time out to come just share with me, and like, I definitely appreciate your story. And I know it's
Yeah.
some
Thank you.
major things in the works for you. So,
Yes.
I'll definitely be supporting. And
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait to see what everything else got in store for you. And you can feel free to come back on whenever you want. Like, we
Yeah.
just do the
Yeah.
live, we just chatted up, and that's for
Yeah.
anybody else in the comment section. If you ever want to come
Yeah.
on, just reach out to me.
Hey.
Like, we just talking, we just chatting it up. So,
I
but
see
I
all the
appreciate you
support
though.
going. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you,
Oh
Paul, for
yeah.
having me on.
Oh yeah.
Moon, Bleach Pool, all that. All y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's dope. It's dope. But look, so
Yeah.
this is gonna conclude the podcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
See ya.
All right.
All right.